and beyond, while we continue to dispense justice to all manner of persons without fear or favor, affection or ill will. As I draw the curtains, I invite you all to be our guests at tomorrow's public lecture and bar bench forum. I thank you all for listening. No clapping, please. I call on the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice to deliver his speech.
My Lord, the President of National Industrial Court, the Justices of Court of Appeal here present, my noble lords, honorable judges of the National Industrial Court, heads of court here present, I notice particularly the Grand Cadi Sharia Court of Appeal, the former president of National Industrial Court, the president, Nigerian Bar Association, chairman, body of benches, learned senior advocates of Nigeria here present, my colleagues of both the inner and outer bar. I have no speech to make, but a brief remark, and it goes thus, that it is a great pleasure for me to attend the opening of 2024 legal year of the National Industrial Court, and also to give a remark to this distinguished assembly of eminent legal minds driving the judicial resolution of the disputes in Nigeria. Let me from the outset express my profound appreciation to my noble lord, the President of National Industrial Court, for the invitation extended to me. This occasion marks a significant milestone in the annals of our nation's judicial system. And it is also a time to reflect on the achievements of this specialized court, while we look forward to its continued contributions to the growth and development of our nation. It is therefore quite pertinent for me to strongly commend your noble lords for the laudable efforts which resulted in the improved performance and successes recorded by the National Industrial Court in the outgone legal year amidst daunting challenges. Your lordships have crafted a very apt theme for the legal year, which is, quote, labor justice and public interest, unquote, in clear recognition that law courts are set up to advance public interest. I regret my inability to attend tomorrow, but I look forward to a copy of the discourse. However, permit me, with the kind permission of your lordship, rephrase the theme as promoting labor justice and public interest through the National Industrial Court. These will assist us to properly appreciate the pivotal place of the National Industrial Court as a symbol of justice and vehicle for development. Furthermore, the labor workforce of any nation constitutes the engine room for its development. Hence, the adjudication of labor disputes must be accorded top priority. So, my noble lords and distinguished colleagues, it is not in doubt that the National Industrial Court continues to play a pivotal role in the safeguard of socioeconomic stability, resolving industrial disputes, curbing the excesses of both employers and employees, thereby ensuring harmonious labor relations in Nigeria. Its establishment An eventual enlistment as a superior court of record was a visionary step towards providing specialized forum for the adjudication of trade disputes, inclusive of matters arising from employment contracts, collective bargaining agreements, and other industrial relations issues. Over the years, the court has continued to demonstrate its commitment to justice, fairness, and rule of law, earning the respect and confidence of both the employers and the employees. As we gather here today, I want to emphasize the critical role that the National Industrial Court plays in fostering a conducive environment for business to thrive and contribute to our nation's economic prosperity. Industrial harmony is essential for attracting foreign investment, creating jobs, and promoting sustainable development. Consequently, the court's decisions have direct impact on the stability and efficiency of our industries, and its rulings must therefore be grounded on sound legal principles and a deep understanding of the complexities of the labor market. It is my considered view that this honorable court must always strive to achieve sustainable balance between justice for the employer, employee, and the public or the society. The court should also accord special attention to cases bordering on growing and worrisome trend of workplace discrimination and harassment of all forms. Whilst the court is expected to disapprove abhorrent labor policy practices, it must also sustain good human resource policies to engender discipline, diversity, welfare, and stability in public service and private sector. In recent years, Nigeria has faced significant economic challenges, including high unemployment rate, rising inflation, and declining revenue. It is imperative that our judicial system, including the National Industrial Court, plays a proactive role in addressing these challenges. By ensuring timely and efficient resolution of industrial disputes, the court can help to prevent disruption to career progression, economic activities, and maintain a stable business environment. And I pause to reflect on the aspect of my Lord the President's speech this morning, that it is better to give a wrong judgment quickly than to have it delayed. To achieve this goal, the National Industrial Court must continue to invest in its infrastructure to enhance its efficiency through technological tools in order to reduce the backlog of cases. This may involve strengthening its alternative dispute resolution mechanisms. We also need to undertake a development review. We also need to take a developmental review of our extant trade union and labor laws, practices, and procedures, so as to attune them with current realities and applicable ILO conventions. I enjoined the National Industrial Court to expand its jurisprudence to taking proactive steps through stakeholders' engagements in conjunction with the Ministry of Labor to develop capacities of relevant stakeholders in order to prevent disputes from escalating to promote a culture of industrial harmony. Nigeria cannot afford to continue on the present trajectory of incessant labor unrest and strike actions if needed, if indeed we deserve to grow our economy beyond the present realities. Before I conclude, I also listened to my noble Lord the President when he alluded to the promulgation of the new Salary Structure Act for judicial officers. No, for judicial officers. This one is noted. Well, it is better to start and have some faults that can be addressed, as in this one. And I know that very soon, the concerns expressed will also be addressed, because I've taken cognizance of the provision of the Constitution which says that your salaries and emolument will not be reviewed downwards or in a manner that will be disadvantageous to you. But we all have to put was being considered. I remember that you made this point, that my supplication to you was, let us have this one passed. Otherwise, we'll have a setback. We go back to where we were coming from. And don't forget that if you had taken that course, your good friends will shoot it down. I don't want to say your enemies, and you know them. In conclusion, the International Industrial Court is a vital institution that has made significant future. I am confident that the court will continue to play a leading role in promoting labor justice, economic growth, and development. By upholding the principles of justice, fairness, and rule of law, the National Industrial Court can help to create a more prosperous and equitable Nigeria for all. I urge litigants, legal practitioners, and our judicial officers to redouble our commitment to the cause of the smooth administration of justice and the rule of law in our country. My noble Lord, the President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for giving me this floor to make these very few remarks. I wish you a successful 2024-2025 legal year. Thank you.
Thank you, the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. May I call on the representative of the Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, Bosan, for his speech.
Lord, the President, National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice B.P. Hayib, the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Prince Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, Life Venture, the immediate past President of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice Adejimo. With respect, my Lord, I rest on the protocols as very well established by yourself at the beginning of your speech. And I also have a remark like the Honorable Attorney General, not a speech. I've made a copy available to the registrar. Permit me to read it. I titled it, The Remark of Adegboyega Awomolo as the Opening of the Legal Year of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, held on Tuesday, the 8th day of October 2024, on behalf of Senior Advocates of Nigeria in Abuja. I don't have the authority to speak on behalf of a body called BOSAN, Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria. Mr. President, on behalf of the President of Senior Advocates of Nigeria, present in Abuja, I bring goodwill message and sincere felicitations on the occasion of the opening of the 2024 legal year. Permit me to pay respect to the Honorable Justice Kudura Admutomori, GCON, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, on the occasion of her appointment as the Chief Justice of Nigeria, effective from 30th day of September 2024. In her speech at the opening ceremony of the 2024-2025 legal year of the Supreme Court of Nigeria, she told the whole world that it is the beginning of a new dawn and an era that will usher in great changes in the judiciary of Federal Republic of Nigeria. Lord, we wish her good luck and God blessings. Earlier today, we had the speech of the President of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, that also raises great expectation to this court in the coming year. His Lordship gave us a comprehensive breakdown of the scorecards of the court for the year 2023-2024. Most cases decided in the last year have highlighted the fact that the creation of this court and its given constitutional backing by the Third Alteration Act 2010 was one of the most progressive judicial developments in this country. In the last 15 years, the court has delivered decisions that have saved this country from breakdown of industrial actions and devastations of labor union activities. I attest to the fact that judicial pronouncement of this court have positively impacted the lives of many Nigerians. This court broke the jinx of political lethargy. Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, gave assent to the bill on the 13th of August, 2024. For completion of history, we must never forget the foundation. We must therefore not forget to give credit to this court, which in the judgment in case number NICN ABJ 142, 2022, Chief Sebastian Tahon, SAN, fellow chartered administrator, versus National Assembly and 3 others, delivered by Honorable Justice O.A. Obaseki Osage on the 15th day of July 2022. The court very boldly pronounced on the inappropriateness of the refusal, failure, and neglect of the rights of judicial officers to increase in their salaries and conditions of service since 2008. The court, after a comprehensive consideration of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended and the laws, compelled the defendants to forthwith put in place or activate legal and administrative machineries to commence payment to the judicial officers in Federation befitting realistic and commensurable salaries and other emoluments. That's the language of the court. A careful study of the figures captured in the judgment and what the National Assembly finally passed as the Judicial Officers Hold Salaries and Conditions of Service, etc. Act 2024 show that there is every reasonable conclusion that this court laid the golden egg that brought smiles and laughter to the mouth of judicial officers all over the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is an unforgettable achievement of this court. We must remember to mention the contribution of Nigerian Bar Association, the body of benches, and the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Lateef Fagbemi, all of whom we commend. And permit me to say that the president of this court, as a member of the body of benches, did a lot in drafting corrections of what now constitutes the act we are referring to. And I want to thank the Attorney General for taking cognizance of the input from the body of benches. My Lord, the impact of exemplary leadership in any society or institution cannot be overemphasized. John Maxwell said, everything rises and falls on leadership. The practical implication and demonstration of this statement is illustrated when citizens of any community is blessed with good leadership. Everyone enjoys wellness of life and have numerous opportunities to harness and fulfill their potentials. On the other hand, people suffer wasted potentials, degenerations, and decay in society. The physical development of this court and the experiment of divisions in all the zones of the Federation attest to the quality and capacity of leadership of this court, and would therefore commend the good and exemplary leadership of my Lord, the President of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, Honorable Justice P.B. Kayin. This court is known for its deployment and use of technology for its case management, productivity, and real-time proceedings. Many lawyers benefit from the advantage of links to participate in proceedings in far distances through the leverage on technology. So I commend your lordship's employment or deployment of technology. And I'm happy to hear that this morning, my Lord the President then announced that there are improvements and upgrades of these facilities. And I want to urge all other courts in the Federation to copy this exemplary and progressive leadership of the management of cases in our courts. Attorney General has indicated that delaying cases is detrimental to justice, and I also agree. So if all the courts, particularly state courts, are given opportunity to develop and facilitate technology, administration of justice in Nigeria will have a second or a better look. My Lord, the senior advocates appearing before this court, your courts, are excited and happy with intellectual legal contribution of the court to jurisprudence in labor and industrial law. The application of global best practices, protocols, and current decisions as applied to local proceedings stands out this court as a leading court. For example, the conversation and intellectual exploration of the provisions of Section 2541 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, with regards to the meaning and intent of jurisdiction of this court concerning contract of service and contract for service. I quote the two. There's no doubt that the Third Alteration Act 2010 and Section 7 of National Industrial Court Act 2006 pose the interpretative burden of the jurisdiction of this court. There are two schools of thought. The first school restricts the jurisdiction of the court to contract of service only, whereas the second school of thought believes that the NICN has jurisdiction to both contract of service and contract for service. It looks semantic, but it has a deeper meaning than mere semantic. This position is reflected in the President's decision in suit number NICN ABJ 157/2023 between Alpha C Nigeria Limited, Registered Trustees of Prince and Princess Estate Residence Station, and another, delivered on 26 July 2023. It is common knowledge that lawyers enjoy hair-splitting interpretative exercise of words, no matter how simple. On this matter, Parliament, in its wisdom, enacted a course of action, one single course of action, jurisdiction in the nature of a kind with two faces. And I give the example of Nigerian 10-kobo coin. It has on one side a cocoa and the other one side on something else. Can one believe that Parliament bifurcated one course of action into two different courts of coordinate jurisdiction? Because the argument is that one belongs to National Industrial Court, the other belongs to state courts, because they have the face of a simple contract. But my view is that the conversation must continue. And I said, the senior advocates are interested in the judicial exploitation of the meaning of the provision of the Constitution concerning jurisdictions of this court with respect to service and contracts for service. Can one suggest a parliamentary intervention to make its true intention known by amendment to the National Industrial Code of Nigeria Act, or resort to judicial intervention until the last is heard from the Supreme Court? Thank you, my Lord, for the intellectual engagement. We also commend the President and judges of this court for treating members of the bar, both of the inner and outer bar, with due courtesies. The friendly disposition of judges in this court engender confidence and offer opportunities for collaborative effort of both the bar and the bench in promoting justice to all Nigerians who present their cases for resolution of the court. We pray for continuation of this practice. My Lord, perhaps the most pressing problem of the administration of justice in this country now is the deficiency in the level of confidence of members of the public. This is more pronounced in matters that have political underpinning. Since 1st October 2024, when 64th anniversary of the independence of Nigeria as a country is being celebrated, many Nigerians have on national televisions made remarks and expressed their views of Nigerian judiciary. There's no doubt that some eminent and respected Nigerians express satisfaction with the role the judiciary has played, particularly stabilizing the constitutional democracy and upholding the principle of rule of law since 1999, when constitutional democracy returned. I have always believed, my Lord, that it will take minimum of 25 years from 1999 to get it right. And at the most, by 50th year of our anniversary from 1999, we will have reached a perfect level like the United States of America. That's my dream, my Lord. It is believed by many Nigerians that the judiciary has played a significant role in safeguarding rights and liberties of Nigeria. The negative view, which is unpalatable to lawyers and judges, on the other hand, relates to the perceptions of corruption at all levels. Generalized as it may seem, does not give a reason to discountenance it. This is because justice is rooted in confidence. It's my respectful opinion that there must be discipline at all levels. Discipline at all levels. Decorum and justice in the judiciary as an institution. There is something that's lacking, which is accountability and responsibility. Judges are not made to account for their decisions, which brings the judiciary into disrepute. People just talk about it and it passed away. People just talk about it and it passed away. The National Judicial Council make statements and nothing is heard about it. There must be discipline at all levels. There must be, from the bar, there must be discipline. From the bench, there must be discipline. There must be decorum. It's my respectful opinion that there must, sorry, I'm repeating myself. I said, the business of administration of justice, like Caesar's wife, must be above board. If you come across something unprofessional or incompatible with the ethics of the profession, report it. I can say that with all confidence, both National Judicial Council and the body of benchers are ready and are sufficiently tools to take care of any unprofessional conduct or unprofessional, unethical practice by any legal practitioner. Only recently, they removed the names of some legal practitioners who crossed the bar of discipline. The bench has greater responsibility to expose all malfeasance noticed in the administration of justice by legal practitioners. We cannot see ourselves. The Lordship can see us. And we can see you now. So if you see in us anything that is unprofessional, unethical, or that brings the judiciary or not just to shame, expose it. Expose it to the appropriate authority. And we will also be willing and have the courage to do so too. Mr. President, sir, as the court proceeds to 2024 legal year, the senior advocates of Nigeria in Abuja, as leaders in the legal profession, promise to give maximum cooperation to the bench and uphold the integrity of the legal profession. We wish your lordships good health, wisdom, and courage to uphold your oath of office as judicial officers. We also wish the administrative staff of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria everywhere grace to be more committed to support the administration of justice and to refuse any act of corrupt influence, howsoever, from whomsoever. To whom much is given, much is expected. Thank you, my Lord, for listening and the opportunity to speak at this ceremony. In great fellowship.
Thank you, the chairman of the Body of Benchers, who spoke for senior advocates of Nigeria practicing in Abuja. We thank you. May I at this point call on the president of the Nigerian Bar Association for his speech.
For the record, the last speaker. I am the leader of National Advocates of One body.
Thank you, the Honorable Attorney General. The chairman, body of Body of Senior Advocates of Nigeria. May I call on the President of the Nigeria Bar Association for a speech?
Good morning. My name is Bolatumi Animashaun. I'm the second vice president of Nigerian Bar Association. I'm representing the president, Afam Osigwe, SAN, who is unavoidably absent and he sent his apologies. Permit me, Your Lordship, the Honorable President of National Industrial Court, to stand on the already established protocol, especially the one established by the Honorable Attorney General of the Federation, for fear of stumbling or falling. I will go on to read the speech prepared by the President on his behalf. Today marks a significant milestone in our collective pursuit of justice, fairness, and equality, particularly in the realm of labor and industrial relations. It is an honor to stand before you on the occasion of the opening of the new legal year of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria as the President of the Nigerian Bar Association. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Honorable President of the Court, the distinguished Justice, and the entire judicial staff of the NICN for their invaluable contribution to labor justice in Nigeria. The court, the National Industrial Court, holds a special place in the administration of justice in Nigeria. It has been at the forefront of promoting and safeguarding the rights of both employers and employees, ensuring that justice is served in matters relating to labor disputes and industrial relations. Its work is critical, not only to the individuals and institutions that come before it, but to the broader economy and society as a whole. The theme of this year's event, labor, justice, and the public interest, speaks to the core role of the NICN plays in safeguarding not just the interests of workers and employers, but also in protecting the larger societal good. Labor justice is a cornerstone of social stability and economic growth. And the work done by this court is critical to ensuring that fairness, equity, and justice permeate all aspects of labor relations. As the foremost Nigerian jurist, Justice Kayode Esho once said, "A nation cannot thrive where there is no justice." This quote reminds us of the weighty responsibility of the NICN bears in ensuring that justice is dispensed swiftly and fairly, and in a manner that reflects the larger public interest. The National Industrial Court of Nigeria holds a unique and critical position within the Nigerian judicial system, with a specialized jurisdiction over employment, labor, and industrial relation matters. The NICN plays a vital role in ensuring that disputes in these areas are resolved in a manner that opposes the principles of fairness, equity, and justice. The decisions made by the NICN have significant implications for various stakeholders. For the immediate parties involved in the dispute, the court's ruling directly impacts their rights, obligations, and working conditions. Furthermore, the broader Nigerian economy and society are also influenced by the NICN's decisions. This ruling can set important precedents, establish legal standards, and contribute to the overall stability and fairness of the labor market. By adjudicating labor disputes and promoting fair and just resolutions, the NICN contributes to a conducive and equitable working environment. This in turn supports the overall economic development and social welfare in Nigeria. Therefore, the NIC role goes beyond individual case resolutions and extends to shaping the legal framework and principles that govern labor relations in the country. As we reflect on the importance of labor justice, we must recognize that the NIC work is crucial to protecting the economy and social fabric in Nigeria. Labor relations, whether between workers and employers or between unions and corporations, have the potential to disrupt not just the workplace, but the entire economy. Through your rulings, you ensure that the principles of fairness, equity, and public interest guide every dispute that comes before you. The intersection of labor justice and the public interest is a central consideration in all matters brought before this court. The importance of balancing the rights of workers to fair treatment with the need for business to operate competitively cannot be overstated. This is particularly crucial in the context of our nation's economic challenges. The decision of this court throughout the economy vibrates throughout the economy and society, whether it is a ruling on a major labor dispute in the oil and gas sector or in judgment affecting workers in the civil service. Your court serve as a stabilizing force, promoting social harmony and economic progress. The public interest is always at stake in labor disputes, and it is the NIC balance in a way that protects the interest of all. The responsibility of the NICN extends beyond the parties before it. Every decision you make is a reflection of the larger societal values of fairness, equity, and justice. Labor disputes are often emotionally charged and involve sensitive issues such as job security, wages, and workplace conditions. In adjudicating this dispute, the court must balance the rights of workers to fair treatment with the legitimate interests of employers to remain competitive and sustainable in an increasingly challenging economic environment. The public interest is best served when labor justice is administered swiftly, fairly, and impartially. When workers feel that their rights are protected and that they can seek redress without fear of retaliation, they are more likely to engage productively in the economy. Similarly, when employers feel that they are protected from unjust claims and contribute to national development. While we have much to celebrate today, we are also mindful of the challenges that lie ahead. The landscape of labor and industrial relations is rapidly changing, driven by global economic shifts, technological advancements, and evolving workplace dynamics. Emerging trends such as the rise of the gig economics, remote working, and automation present both opportunities and challenges for our legal system, and particularly for the National Industrial Court, which must continuously adapt to these new realities. As the demands on our labor force change, so too must our laws and approach to labor justice. We face the challenge of balancing the rights of workers with the needs of employers to operate efficiently in a global economy. This delicate balance requires robust and efficient dispute resolution mechanism, ones that not only address the letter of the law, but also take into consideration the broader socio-economic context in which these disputes arise. As members of the bar, we play an integral role in the administration of justice, and our contributions to labor justice cannot be overstated. In labor disputes, the quality of advocacy before the court has a direct impact on the outcome of cases, and by extension, the health of our industrial relations system. At the bar, we shall advocate for the computerization of the litigation process, including the full recording of court proceedings in all superior courts of record. Embracing technology is essential for the swift administration of justice and ensuring that our judicial system remains efficient and transparent. To this end, the Nigerian Bar Association will also propose key judicial reforms focusing on the following areas. Number one, case management and scheduling with time slots. We will advocate for a more structured case management system where cases are scheduled with specific time slots to reduce the waiting time for both lawyers and litigants. Number two, notification of adjournment. We work towards a system where lawyers are promptly notified of adjournments or changes in court schedules through electronic means, ensuring that they are better informed and prepared. And number three, customized email addresses for court registries. In line with modernizing our judicial system, we propose that every court registry be assigned customized email addresses to facilitate smoother communication between the court, lawyers, and litigants. The MBA remains committed to improving access to justice by advocating for user-friendly courts, the prompt disposal of cases, and the quick dispensation of justice. We shall work tirelessly to ensure that justice is administered without unnecessary delays, technicalities, or time-wasting application for adjournment. In doing so, we hope to restore confidence in the judiciary as an institution that serves the best interests of justice. May I also humbly request, as I've done at the opening of the 2024 legal year of the Supreme Court, that the President of the National Industrial Court take steps to address the current trend of making the swearing in of judicial officers into elaborate ceremonies filled with pomp and extravagance. The lavish reception that often follow these ceremonies have become a matter of concern. This celebration, which bring together judicial officers, politicians, and other politically exposed persons, do not project the best image of the judiciary. The public mingling and fraternization between judicial officer and politicians during these events give rise to perception of undue influence. In an era where politicians are seen to go to any length to influence judicial outcome, this politicized ceremony are increasingly worrisome. I strongly believe that the overly publicized and widely attended swearing-in ceremony, as well as the lavish reception organized by newly sworn-in judicial officers, are distracting from the solemnity and distinct nature of the office they occupy. Such events should be solemn and private, preserving the dignity and independence of the judiciary. I respectfully suggest that the swearing-in ceremonies and celebrations should be held in private, with reception limited to court-sponsored luncheons for newly sworn-in judicial officers. The judiciary must lead by example, showing restraint in mimicking the public exhibition of affluence and wanton display of wealth that we so often see in other sectors of society. It is imperative that the judiciary remains a beacon of modesty, integrity, and the rule of law. The Nigerian Bar Association is committed to improving the professional development of lawyers specializing in labor law. We will continue to offer training programs, seminars, and continuing legal education initiatives to ensure that our members remain equipped to handle the evolving challenges in labor law. In addition, we will work with the NICN to advocate for reform that will promote efficiency in the judicial process, enhance the use of technology in case management, and modernize our labor law to reflect the realities of today's working environment. Conclusively, the opening of the legal year of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria presents us with an opportunity to reflect on the significant role this court plays in the fabric of our society. Labor justice is essential, not just for resolving disputes, but for maintaining social order, promoting economic growth, and upholding the rule of law. I commend the NICN for its dedication to the administration of labor justice and wish the court a successful legal year ahead. Your work is essential to ensuring that labor justice is dispensed fairly, promptly, and in public interest. On behalf of the Nigerian Bar Association, I offer our continued support as we work together to strengthen our labor justice system and promote the welfare of workers, employers, and society at large. Thank you. Maxi Afam Osikwe, SAN, President, Nigerian Bar Association, ably represented here today by Bola Tumi and Marshall, the second Vice President.
Thank you, the President of the Nigerian Bar Association, as ably represented. My little advice on issues of celebration. The NBA president is a member of NJC. It will be nice if he tables the matter there, because NJC is the body responsible for designing policies for the judiciary. So if they as to parties not being held, it will more than be obeyed, respectively. So my advice is that if you can put that and present at NJC, it stands a better chance of being considered, and the implementation will be global. Talking to me as NIC is restrictive. And from what I heard, it's supposed to be something that is general and applicable nationwide. I think it will be nice if the NBA presents it as an NBA position paper at NJC. But extend our gratitude, and may I seize this opportunity to formally congratulate you, the president, and other members of the EXCO on your taking office as Executive Council members of the Nigerian Bar Association. Extend our regards to Mr. President. While the proceedings were going on, quite a number of dignitaries came in. May I take this opportunity to recognize the respective judicial officers who are here, the distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are here, who honored our invitation to be here. We thank you all. Thank you all. I'm sure the Chief Registrar has one or two announcements.
I respectfully inform our esteemed guests that the legal year celebration continues tomorrow. We have the public lecture and bar bench forum. And the commencement time for tomorrow is 10 a.m. this same venue. I appeal to all our guests to make it a day with us again tomorrow. Also, for judicial officers, justices, honorable judges, learned states, we are providing refreshments on the third floor of this building. That is where we'll be hosting honorable justices and eminent learned states. And for our colleagues and other invited guests, we are also providing refreshments on the first floor of this building. Thank you very much.
The judges will have a group photograph after the session at the new ceremonial court, despite the fact that we are here to take possession, but we will take the pictures there. We thank you. The court will rise.